Hello, and welcome to the Notary Life with Kimmi Podcast. I am also one of the trainers with Notary Educators, which includes myself, Kimberly Nunnally, Angela Johnson, and Alexis Franklin. We each own our own very successful notary businesses and teach notaries in all 50 states to be great and grow their own business. We will discuss general notary work, apostilles, ink fingerprinting, and the duties of a notary signing agent, and much, much more. For all of your notary needs, please visit notaryeducatorsllc.com. We hope you enjoy the show, and we wish you much success. Hello. Welcome to Notary Life with Kimmi. It's me. How's everybody doing today, this Wednesday? Hey, Terry. How are you? Congratulations on passing your test and everything else you got going on. You are doing some amazing things. I'm so proud of you. We will give people a couple seconds to get on. How is everyone's day going? If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and drop them in the comments, because I'm just going to hang out just a little while. I'm going to talk about this topic and answer a few questions. How is everyone doing? Let's see. And hey, to those who will join us on the replay. Hey, guys, if you are just joining us, I am Kimmi, and I help notaries all around the country to have a good foundation in their notary business, how to get things started the correct way, and then we build. So that's my whole purpose on my channel, is to help you have that great foundation. Hey, Brandy, Kim, J3, what's going on? Pamela, welcome. Hey, Terry, congratulations. I don't know if you was here when I was giving you a little congrats out earlier on all your accomplishments, doing your loan signing and everything. Amy, how's it going out there today? What's going on? If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. But I'm going to hop right into today's discussion and ask you guys a question. So, can you accept an expired ID? Can you accept an expired ID? Put a 1 if you think you can, yes, and a 2 for no. 1, yes, you can accept it, and 2, you cannot. And you may be saying, hey, Ryder Mobile, what's going on? Elisa Curtis, hey, welcome. And those who will join us on the replay, Brandy says no. You cannot accept an expired ID. What does everyone else say? 1 or 2? Kimberly says, yes, you can. Terry says, yes. Ryder Mobile says, yes. And Pamela says, yes. Okay, that'll get us started. So let's talk about why this topic even came up. Somebody put it in our Facebook group, actually, this question a few days ago. Can you accept an expired ID? Terry is correct. It depends on what your state says. So why are we talking about, can I accept an expired ID? Because if you don't know what your state handbook says about accepting an expired ID, you could be costing yourself money. And that's what the person expressed over in Facebook. They said, every time I get a call now, it's at a nursing home, it's expired ID, so I cannot accept a job. So is that completely true? It may be, depending on your state handbook. So if you have not read your handbook about this topic, I'm going to push back and have you check your handbook. And I'm going to tell you a quick story, because the same thing happened to me. A lot of times our elderly clients, those who are disabled, who haven't driven for a long time, don't get out the house much, they don't have ID. It could be that a person just doesn't have money to get their ID renewed, or they're no longer driving for whatever reason, health reason or elderly, whatever. So they may not have a current ID, right? And then especially during COVID, I found when we first came out of COVID, so to speak, a lot of people ID had expired because the government offices were closed. So they still needed to get documents notarized, right? So we're going to talk about this from a couple different areas and aspects. So as far as my experience, I almost cost myself $100 job. Somebody had a power of attorney. The lady's ID was expired by 3 years. I had not read the handbook. Again, recently, it wasn't fresh in my memory. So I was like, oh, no, I can't do that. Oh, no. So the daughter fortunately had power of attorney for the mom. Wasn't quite feeling that, even though that wasn't my business to decide if her power of attorney was valid or not. But I looked in the handbook, and guess what, guys? My state does not say either way, so it's up to me to make the call. So I could have taken the ID. I did use the daughter's ID and the power of attorney and everything, but later on I realized I could have taken the mom's ID. Almost cost myself $100 for this particular job and not knowing my handbook. So I'm going to push back and have you check your state handbook and make sure, because if you can take an expired ID, you have an elderly client, you don't want to turn them down. You don't. You want to try to make sure you do your due diligence. Sometimes that might even mean asking for the expired ID if allowed by your state, plus something else if it will make you feel more comfortable as the notary, right? Because we've always been taught all of our lives, if your ID is not valid, then you're almost not even like a real person, correct? But we know that's not true. So people with expired IDs do need their documents notarized. Another caveat to this, guys, I want to talk about really quick is with the signing companies. So your state may say it's okay to take an expired ID, right? But the signing company may not say it's okay. So the signing company who's paying you, whose documents it belongs to, right? They're going to trump whatever the state says, because the state may say it's cool, but the signing company is like, no. And most signing companies do not take expired ID. They do not. It has to be current, because it's not just a signing company, right? It's also the whoever they got the assignment from, the bank or the lender that requires current ID. So it's a couple caveats. So to put this in a nice little shell, then I'm going to take a few questions. Can you take an expired ID? It's going to be based on what your state says. You want to make sure you understand what the state says, because you don't want to cost yourself business by telling someone, I cannot accept your ID when you could have taken it, right? And then we also want to confirm, if it's a signing company assignment, is it okay with them if we take an expired ID? Because the state may say yes, but the signing company may say no. So we have to weigh all the situation, okay? So everything is usually not just a yes or no. It's not black or white, right? So I'm going to push back and say, what does your state say? Can you take an expired ID? So now, people, we will take a few questions. If you have any, please feel free to drop them in the chat. I already said hey to a few people. And welcome to those. Pamela says they cannot in Virginia. Yes, so you have to know your handbook. J3 Mobile Notary says COVID exception is over. Yes, there was an exception in many states during COVID that you could take an expired ID, and it has expired. Most of the things that were under COVID have expired. Now, the exceptions that were being made are no longer. Ryder Mobile says in New Jersey, yes, they can. Pamela saying this is good information. Thanks. That's good, Kimmi. Marie Baez, hey, hello, ladies. Hope you're having a blessed one. We are all doing well. I'm just hanging out by myself. When I do my weekday check-ins now, or daily chit-chats, or whatever you want to call it, I'll probably be by myself most of the time. The ladies are normally committed on Monday, Angela and Alexis, but they're all doing fine. Terry said, just Google for Michigan. It says we can't. So then you cannot. If it flat out says you cannot, you cannot. Kimberly says, I don't see anything that if the state is expired. Right. And that's the case with Georgia. It doesn't exactly say if it's expired or not. You have to have certain criteria in order for the ID to be valid. So that's how you want to make your decision. And then as a good notary with that good foundation and everything that I always talk about, you kind of get a gut feeling, right? Now, we're not out there just signing documents based on gut feelings, because don't put that in my comments, because somebody will say, we don't sign documents based on gut feelings. Okay, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, as a notary, a pro, the more and more you do this, you would get a feel for what's going on, right? Because I had a client today, and it was so funny. The mother was like, I know what I'm signing. I know what you're talking about. I know what you want me to do, because she was like, I don't want to do this. So I was sitting there like, oh, Lord, this lady is not going to do, she's not going to sign this power of attorney, right? Went to a hospital. And so she tells the daughter, I'm just being difficult. And I was like, whew. Because at first she was talking about, I'm not doing this. And the daughter's like, you have to do it. And I was like, yeah, I don't do stuff if the person is under coercion, right? Or being coerced. And the mother said, I'm just playing. I'm just giving you a hard time. So, we want to make sure that everything is kosher. Okay. Let's see what questions we have here. Ryder Mobile says, I have a question. Do you use the square phone plug for your charging, or do you use the handheld one? Actually, I use the contactless one the most, and it usually comes in a set. So the square has a contactless unit that came out during COVID. So the person, you hold the unit and they just stick their card in there. I use that one. And then I also use it on my cell phone. I have the app downloaded. I hardly ever use the one for the phone, which would be most convenient because of the way my phone is made. So I have to use an adapter, then use the square thing. So I don't use that one as much. So usually I either key it in, which costs a percentage more. I think it's like 3.25 cents if you use if you use the keypad feature. It's cheaper if you actually use either the contactless where you stick the card in. If they can read it electronically, it's cheaper. And I guess that's because sometimes people can make an error with the keying of the card number, which I have done that before. I let a client read the card to me, and she transposed the last four numbers. So I see why they charge a little bit more for that. What else? Kim is saying no, in Michigan you cannot. Yeah, Ryder Mobile. So I would definitely get the square though. That's the best way to collect payment. I have about 4 videos on collecting payments, 3 or 4. So check those out. I'm sure that they will assist you. Okay. If you're just starting to build your notary business, you may want to check. Oh, I don't have one down here. The books though, check out the books at Notary Educators LLC.com. I have a book called Start Your Notary Business, and I talk about how to collect payment in there, how to give a receipt. I talk about everything you need to start your business. And if you're whatever state you're in besides Georgia right now, the gray one is for all states and the orange one is for Georgia. Y'all know we do things a little bit different down here in Georgia. What else do we have today? What other questions? So Terry says, so whatever the signing company says is what you go with in the end. Yes, because your state may say, yes, you can take an expired ID. But if the signing company, so what that sounds like, I would call the signing company and say, hey, Sally, Mr. Smith's ID is expired. It's okay per my state law, but is it okay with you guys? Right? That's the conversation. So you may not have saw me do it, Terry. I don't know if you work it or not, but that's the conversation. I would just call them and say, hey, Sally, like I said before, I got Mr. Smith here. His ID is expired. Per Georgia law, it's okay if I take it, but I want to make sure it's okay with you all if I accept it. They may say, oh, okay, well, just do your thing, because most of the signing companies, they have a form in there where you have to identify the Patriot Act. You have to identify the client. So if the ID is expired, it will ask you for the expiration date too. So you don't want to lie on that. So that's why another reason you want to confirm it, because if you just take the ID, then you completed the whole loan signing, and now they're looking at the Patriot Act and it expired 5 years ago. They might be like, that's a no-go, right? So now that whole signing is invalid, and they're going to ask, why didn't you call us up front? So very good question. Very good question. What other questions you guys have for me today? I'm going to hang out for about another 5 or 10 minutes probably. Any other questions? I didn't go live over on Facebook today because sometimes I don't see the comments, and I want to make sure I'm able to get everyone's comments. So I'm strictly on YouTube today. In the meantime, check out our website for all of our classes. We do have the one-on-one coaching sessions if you need those to build your business. Maybe you've gotten all your supplies and you just don't know what to do. If you need some additional training, Angela I think she has about 2 slots for her class on Friday night. That's coming up, Notarize Like a Pro. That's coming up. And then again, any other books or whatever, you can check out everything at notaryeducatorsllc.com. What else do we have today? There's a lot of response to that video I did the other night. If you did not catch it, why are notaries quitting the business? A lot of people said they're not quitting. The comments were amazing. People said, I'm not giving up. I've bought my stuff. I got my goal. I got my dream. It might be a little pivot here, but they are sticking with it. They are definitely sticking with it. And that's what my whole message was too. Don't give up just because you see other people quit. Everyone's goal is different. Everyone's dream is different. Even for myself here as a YouTuber / notary, really notary / YouTuber, because I was a notary first. I love being a notary, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here for you guys. Angela and Alexis also, we are not going anywhere. Have we changed our business models a little bit? Yes, because as I mentioned the other night, they are killing the apostille game, and I am going to be joining them very soon because I do apostilles. I have about 4 to 5 videos on them. I have 6 now, I think. So I do them. I'm very familiar, but I want to be a pro like Angela. I want to do it just like she does. So J3 Mobile Notary says, just got a call for an appointment lease notarization after I told my price to do it online and asked the client to send me their email. They text me back and said they found someone for $3. That's not your client. That's not your client. Because I'm not doing nothing for $2 or $3. If they can find somebody, and I often tell people, I say, hey, call your bank. If your bank will do it for free, and sometimes they'll say, oh, good idea. I said, I'm more for like emergencies, after hours, things like that. So Marie says in Florida, they can accept and expire ideas as long as it's within 5 years. But for loan signing and signing companies, title, lender can choose to not accept it. That's correct. That's exactly what I was saying. Yep. So everybody's not going to be your client. No stresses, no worries. Let's see. Terry C says, should I go ahead and work on my Google page? And I was going to do a simple business card for now. Yes, you can start working on your Google page because that's how people are going to find you. 90% of my business comes from Google. 90%. I would say, yeah, I would say 90. 90% of my business comes from Google. And you want to make sure you ask for reviews, every single client. Go ahead and work on that. And Terry, in the meantime, while you're developing your business and different services that you're going to offer, I love the idea of getting a simple card. Maybe start out by ordering 100 business cards. And then as you continue to grow, because my cards have changed since I first started my business. Now I do apostilles, right? When I first started, I didn't do apostilles. I think I even changed the name on my business card. I added that service. As I started doing ink fingerprinting, I added that to my next set of business cards. So your business cards will evolve and change as you continue to grow as a notary also. Okay. So get a small batch to get started with. I like that. And then, can you do online notary in Georgia? Elisa, no, you cannot. We are not a Ron state. So don't buy any Ron training if you are in the state of Georgia. We are not Ron. We may not ever be Ron. I don't buy stuff based on, it might happen 10 years from now. No, right now we are not Ron, so don't buy Ron training. Anthony Brown show. Hey, welcome. I've been a notary over 30 years, but I learned so much from you. It is my pleasure. Welcome. I don't know that I've seen your name before. I think I have in the comments, though. Welcome to the live. Mary Bias says, when your business is slow, just go market. That's true, though. It's nothing like marketing. I left my cards. I went to a hospital today, and guess who came to escort us to the client? Was the social worker. So you don't think I left her a stack of cards? Yes, I did. So that was a connection that I would have never had. I give out business cards like candy. I pass out by the stack. I leave every client that I personally touch at least 3 in like a business like that. I'm like, let me leave you a few cards. I said, well, let me know if you need me in the future. Oh, she said, I will. And I was like, thank you. So that was a hospital connection. I leave them everywhere I go because you never know. Everybody's going to need a notary at some point. I guarantee it. NNA, I think last year said over 4 million or 4 billion documents were notarized. So yes, notarizations are happening all day long. Brandy says, yes, well, I've done field inspections. I'm signed up with SnapDocs and I've submitted for my state to do Ron as well. Very good, Brandy. That's a well-rounded business. Don't forget the I-9 form. Depending on what state, you cannot do that in the state of California unless you are an immigration specialist. But I do have a course on the I-9 form. You want to do it like a pro. I have a free video on it, but the course goes into more detail. Ink fingerprinting, you want to add that. Phone doesn't ring all day for it, but when it does ring, you want to know how to do it. And I also have a fingerprinting course too, ink fingerprinting, okay? Terry says, I'm going to take Angela's class. I'm not sure how many folks need apostilles done, but I want to be able to do it if they do. People, those documents, apostilles, people move here all day long from out the country, traveling, business, overseas. Yeah, things are moving and shaking with apostilles every day. And once you get become an expert, then you could actually advertise it more because that's my goal for 2023. is to be able to advertise and feel more comfortable. Right now, I don't feel 100% confident in some of the levels of the apostille. We call it 3 levels around here. So I'm good at level 1, borderline level 2, but it's like 3 levels. So Angela is a pro. Alexis is also very good at it. Pamela J says, how do I feel about Yelp? I had Yelp and I canceled it, but they keep calling you once you get rid of Yelp. I mean, they will blow your phone up forever. Do you hear what I'm saying? So I don't use Yelp because I don't pay for ads right now. When I do start paying for them, I'll be paying for it specifically to market the apostilles. That's what I want to market. But if you are not in the Facebook group, check it out. Our Facebook group is completely free. It's Notary Educators, and we have a young man over there named Victor. He is killing the game with advertising on Google. So he always put his stats in here. So he loves it. He loves it. Let's see. I had to show y'all my new shirt I got too. I got me some long sleeve shirts for the winter, and I just love them. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, they're making like that little thing right here, like they might be cheap. But it feels so good on my body. Like rubbing. I don't know what that's all about, but I just love these shirts, guys. Let me see. Can I show y'all? It's like my other ones, but it's long sleeve. I got 2 black and 2 pink, and they just feel so good. But I think it might be a little cheap material, but I'm still wearing my shirt. So anyway, that's another story. But get you some marketing. I'm always marketing. Always marketing. Nobody markets your business better than you. What else we got here? Amy says, so as far as Yelp, I don't do Yelp. If I was going to pay for advertising, it would be Google Ads, Pamela. Google Ads, I think, would be more successful, in my opinion. Amy K says, remember, the bank will do it for free. However, you will be waiting for hours. If the client needs to get it notarized fast, they will call you back. Good marketing, Kimmi. Yeah, thank you, Amy. And she's so right. So a lot of times the bank make you wait, especially since COVID. The bank makes no money on notarizations, y'all. So is that a priority for them to notarize your document? It's not. They don't make no money on that. Now, if I said I want to come in here and do a refinance or a business credit card, they'll be jumping all over it. But you come in, oh, I need a notary. Oh, sorry, she's at lunch. Oh, sorry, we can put you on a schedule. Oh, sorry. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So the bank, they will call you back. Don't worry. Banks can only do so much. Deanna says, you are awesome. I am a new notary in Michigan. I've learned so much from you. Hey, Deanna, thank you. I'm from Michigan too, girl. Detroit, West Side. I've been in Georgia over 20 years, but I still claim Detroit. Marie says, banks do. And then check us out too. If you need some training, Deanna, it would be our pleasure to help you get on board, okay? Anybody out there, if you're brand new and don't know what to do, y'all like my ride? Check us out, though, Notary Educators, LLC. Marie says, banks do not notarize a lot of documents like wills, power of attorneys, etc. So yep, that's true. They do not do everything unless it's something drawn on their bank, originated from their bank. They're not interested. They don't make no money from that, you know. Frank says, hello. Hey, Frank, what's going on? If you guys will please like, subscribe if you have not. If this is your first time here, welcome to Notary Life with Kimmi. Yeah, like and subscribe and all that good stuff for me. Oh, thank you about my shirt. I love it. You know, I love the black one because the bling really shows up, but I like these. They just feel so good too. I feel like I'm not wearing anything. It's so comfy. Kimmi, just throwing this out. Could we do a session on a vision board? Oh, yeah. I don't even have a vision board. You going to teach me how to do it, Terry? Maybe, yeah, let's see how we can make that happen. That sounds like something that needs to happen on Zoom so it can be intimate and we can talk. If you are not part of the Facebook group, guys, please join because that does sound like a good idea, Terry, and it'll probably be something we do over on Facebook because I don't see how we could do it on YouTube. Because that's the kind of thing I like, a lot of interaction. You know, I like us to talk and, you know, chat it up. So let's see, can we make that happen over on Facebook? Notary Educators is completely free to be a member, okay? Brandy said she loved the shirt. Thank you. You give great instruction in all your videos, and I have your book and the course. Thank you, Miss Brandy. It's my pleasure. I hope you're doing well out there. And don't feel like you by yourself. Join our Facebook group. Again, it's some gems being dropped. People are very kind over there. And we are not having no drama. Y'all know I say that all the time. And I say that because I'm in other groups. And I just saw something recently and it bothered me. Somebody put in a group. Okay, somebody asked someone a question and they came back and said, I don't know why this person is tripping. I'm trying to help them. And I was like, yeah, that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool. You might get frustrated with people, but what you put in print is often much harder or harsher than the way you would say it to someone's face. So we're very cautious about what goes in our group over there, okay? Deidre likes the idea too. So join Facebook, guys. Look for the vision board. That's going to be compliments to Terry. Kimmi, who does your shirts where you are? It's a lady. I found her right on Google, actually. I put in t-shirts and she popped up and her stuff was so cute. So that's who I used. Which company do you use? Yeah, that wasn't a company. It was just somebody I found in the neighborhood. A lot of people have Crickets nowadays. And I actually have another friend. I'm getting ready to use her because she is amazing. And I'm going to see, can she make me something for Notary Educators? Because she made something for the World Series. And I fell in love with it. So, yeah. But thank you guys about the shirt. I really appreciate it. Love the rhyme and the shirt. Thanks, Deidre. So, yeah, let's do that Zoom, guys. So sign up for Notary Educators. And we'll see. Can we make that happen maybe the first week of December? Y'all done put me under commitment here. Looking at my calendar really quick. Yeah, sometime in the first week of December, maybe we can see, can we get that going so we can get some things going for 2023? Because now's the time to start preparing. Actually, we kind of late. For 2023, you should already have your goals right now. Bye, Amy. Thanks for hanging out for a while. Yeah, you guys stay warm out there too, because it is cold. Even here in Georgia, y'all, it's cold. So yeah, if you start right now, kind of with 2023, it ain't never too late to get started, really, right? But I've been working on my goals. Oh, Marcel saw what I was talking about in that Facebook group. Yeah, that annoyed you also. Yeah, it was kind of rude. I was like, really? So again, that's not my group. I don't get in people that what they say, I don't have a dog in that fight. Is that what? Yeah, I don't have a dog in that fight. Yeah, that's the expression. So I wasn't getting involved in that. I don't put my nose in other people's business like that, but just know it doesn't happen in Notary Educators. So, yeah. So guys, I am going to get out of here because we do have a 5:30. I got a 5:30, a 6, and then 7, and I'm done for the evening. But I want to hop on. That's why the other 2 days. So Monday is set in stone. Monday is like 8 o'clock for sure. But the other 2 days when I jump on Wednesdays and Fridays, it'll just kind of be when I can make it work within my day. Okay. So it has been my pleasure, guys. I'm going to work on that vision board party. And again, join Notary Educators Facebook group. That way you can stay in touch with that vision board party. Okay. Because that's going to be something more intimate so we can all actually talk. Well, thanks for joining me today, guys. I will see y'all on Friday, okay? Not sure what time yet, but look for me on Friday. Have a good one out there and much success. Bye. Thank you again for listening to the Notary Life with Kimmi podcast. We would love to be a part of your notary journey. Please visit us at notaryeducatorsllc.com for all of your notary training needs. Also, please feel free to join the Notary Life with Kimmi YouTube channel, where Kimmi has over 400 videos that will help you to grow and build a successful notary business. Until the next episode, we wish you much success on your journey. Bye.